The end of February is very fast approaching, which means it is time for my March TBR video. Welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go! Yes, hello, and welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am, of course, Mr. Francy, and I'm truly honoured that you've chosen to join me today as we go through what I plan to read in the month of March. Now, before I do, I just want to point out something. I had created an entire goal list for 2025, and part of that was to do my monthly wraps for my TBRs in front of my bookshelves. I honestly feel like I'm going to be scrapping the majority of the goals that I had created, and that is going to be one of them. But I don't want you all to not be able to see my lovely bookshelves, because I am aware that they're kind of off in the distance, and it's just the way that my setup is. It's easier for me to film here. So guess what? I'm now going to take the camera over there, flip the camera, and show you the bookshelves and how everything looks up close, and then we're going to come back here and talk my TBR. How does that sound? Grab yourself a lovely warm drink and let's take a quick look at my shelves. Forgive the shakiness because my iPod won't go this high, but right here at the top of this shelf, I have my Campers and Criminals collection that I've amassed by Tonya Kappas, and some lovely unicorns and a nice little fake sunflower thingy. Okay, now that we have a still camera. So as you can see, we will use this pen as a pointer. Here it is. So, over here, I have my Poppy McAllister series. I have read the latest one. This is where I have my current TBR shelf, and you can see that red one is Silent Nights on Murder. So, once February is over, that red book will go up here, and it will complete the Poppy McAllister series there. Then, over here, I have a bunny up here. That bunny has been there for ages, but honestly, it just makes sense putting it above Amanda Flower's Amish Candy Shop series, which is a very near and dear series to me, as is Poppy McAllister. As I say, over here I have my current TBR that I'm working through, and then here I have School for Good and Evil. I did have this on my SAS list originally, which is why it's facing outwards, but I may change that. I have a nice little teddy bear there, and a little figurine thingy that I got from a Happy Meal. This thing here is a Dutch poem thing talking about positivity, which is really, really nice. And then I have some other genres down here. Moving over to up here, and I have my classics all over in the corner on the left, and then here we have Amanda Flower's, what's it called? Magic Bookshop? Yes, Magical Bookshop cozy series. And so over here we have Millie Cruise Ship books. That ends where the grey book starts. That is my Josh Lanyon series, Secrets and Scrabbles. Then we have the red book there, and this outward facing one is the Friend for Hire duology by Laura Bradford. We're continuing on with cozies here. This is the Hayley Powell Cozy Mystery series. Here we have the Coffee House Mystery series by Cleo Coyle. Then here we have my Christmas Tree Farm hardcover books. Then we have Spelford Cove over here. And then down here is where I'm doing my SAS list now that I'm exclusively reading cozy. So we're starting off with the Country Store Mystery Series, those first two. And then here we have the Grilled Cheese Cozy Mystery Series. And nice little unicorn, nice little cup, little Game Boy over there. This is a mask that my sister coloured in for me and gave to me not that long ago, less than a week ago. So isn't that pretty? So there you have it. That's my bookshelves up close. I am sorry if it's too far away for everyone to see. As I say, this is just this is the easiest setup for me. Alright, we're now going to jump into my March TBR. What do I plan to read for the month of March? Well, of course, I am always going to be very excited going into a month where I'm exclusively reading cozy mysteries. So I'm excited for all of these books overall, but what am I reading? Let's find out right now. Alright, so I have to do a little bit of a switcheroo. Let me explain. I plan to read this book, Dead to the Last Drop by Cleo Coyle, which is book number 15. I wrote it down. Book number 15 in the Coffee House Mystery series as my first read for March. However, I swapped this with the last book I was going to read in February, and I'm now reading this now, and that one as the first book in March, because the audiobook for the other one had not been released yet. So I'm reading this as my last February book, and I will, in my wrap-up, have 2 Coffee House books in February, and then go back to my next Coffee House in April. I have to think there. Wow. Probably too early to think right now. Where's my coffee? Here it is. That helps. Alright, let's move forward. So, the first book that I plan to read in the month of March is this book, Gingerbread Danger, which is by Amanda Flower. This is book number 9 in the Amish Candy Shop Cozy Mystery series, a series that is very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who didn't know, we follow Bailey King in this series, who is working at her grandparents' candy shop, Swissman Sweets. And yeah, they're out in Amish country, whilst Bailey is not Amish, and the book is absolutely not doused in Amish culture. It's a lot more culinary. It's a fantastic setting for a series like this. I love this series so much. I think Amanda Flower just brings a lot of joy. I really enjoy the culinary side, as I say, and I like Bailey King as a character. So I'm really looking forward to finally getting to Gingerbread Danger. The audiobook for this one, I think, comes out on February 25, and today it is the 23rd. I think that's 25th US time, so, and today is the 23rd Australian time, so if we say 26th, it comes out in about 3 days, right towards the end of February. The next book that I plan to read is a book that I'm very excited about, because this is a buddy read that I am hosting with my dear friend Ro over on my server, the Sparkle Cafe, the Discord server. If you want a link for that, it is right down there in the description, as well as in the first pinned comment. We would love to have your company. And that is a completely new to me series that sounds incredibly exciting. Book number 1 is called Murder with Lemon Tea Cakes. It is written by... Oh gosh, I wasn't prepared with this, was I? No, why would I be prepared? And now I'm prepared. It is written by Karen Rose Smith, and it is book number 1 in the Daisy's Tea Garden Cozy Mystery series. So I am yet to read a tea cozy mystery series. I love you saw them earlier, Coffee House, and I even showed you the book. Currently reading Coffee House, so I read my coffee cozies, but tea. Where's the tea? What's the tea? Well, the tea, my friends, is I don't read tea cozies, and not because I didn't want to, but because I just hadn't come across them. And now the tea, my friends, is I'm going to read a tea cozy. And I'm very, very excited to get to this one. I have not read a Karen Rose Smith cozy mystery, let alone, I don't know if she writes any other genres, but a Karen Rose Smith book before. So completely new series, completely new theme, completely new author. I really should just have like confetti everywhere going, new, new, new. A little siren, woo, 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 new, new, new. Completely everything new for me, and that just has me really, really excited. So I can't wait to get into that one. The next book that I plan to read is a new series that has gone up on my SAS list, just like with the Daisy's Tea Garden. I do believe that is there. Yes, it is. I'm just checking the manual list. It's right up there. And this book is called Mrs. Morris and the Ghost. I don't know why I said Morris there. Mrs. Morris and the Ghost. It is book number 1 in the Salem B&B Cozy Mystery Series by Tracy Wilton. And what has me excited about this is 2 things. First of all, Salem B&B. I don't think I've ever read a cozy that's been set in Salem. Why am I saying think? I haven't. I've never read a cozy mystery set in Salem. So it's going to be nice to see something different. Also, I love my B&B cozies so much. Anything that's like B&B, resort, hotel, places where people will stay, and the assurity that we are going to get a new cast of side characters that will come in each and every single book has me very excited. So I can't wait to get on to this one. Just before I go any further, the Daisy's Tea Garden book, as well as this one and a number of others that I'm going to be bringing up, are going to be buddy reads that I am hosting over on my Discord server. So if you'd like to join me and all of us who are getting involved for all those individual buddy reads, again, the link is down there. It's totally free to join, and we would love to have your company. Boy, am I glad that once I've done my February monthly wrap, I no longer need to say the words, when the grits hit the fan. And that is all to say that the next book I plan to read is the next book in the Country Store mystery series by Maddie Day, which is called Biscuits and Slashed Browns. Really easy for me to say. Biscuits and slashed browns. Woo! It's so much easier to say than when the grits hit the fan. This is, as I say, book number 4 in the Country Store mystery series written by Maddie Day. In this series, we follow our protagonist, whose name is Robbie Jordan, who runs a country store. Basically, the definition of a country store is that there are different items, objects, if you will, that are pieced and parceled throughout the store that people can look at while they are there. And if they would then like to go ahead and purchase that particular specifically random item, then they certainly can. What makes this country store different is that our protagonist Robbie also has it as part diner. So customers can come in, order something off the menu, have a nice meal or a drink or both, and then look around at all the items, and then if it intrigues them, they can leave with a nice little random item as well. I love this series so much. Even though Robbie, I think, is like 27, to me, she's not. Forgive me, okay? In my headcanon, Robbie is like 80, 85. I mean, the age keeps changing, but to me, she's an elderly widow woman, and I love that. The reason I say this, in case you are new, is because I listen to all of my Cozy Mysteries on audiobook, and the narrator of this series makes Robbie sound old. And also, Robbie's personality seems more akin to that of an elderly person, as opposed to someone who is 27. But that is not at all me complaining about that, because I love my elderly female characters in my cozies. So it works for me to adjust it in my headcanon and say, Robbie is 85. I absolutely love this series. It is really, really, really cozy, and I do highly recommend it. And we are, yes, buddy reading this series as well over on the Discord server. The next book that I will be reading in the month of March is one that has me incredibly excited, because in February I picked up book 1 for the first time, trying out this series, trying out this author, trying out this theme, and I loved all 3. Book 1 got an overwhelming 5 stars from me, that it went from not being on my sass list to going on my sass list, and I need to get into book number 2. It is book number 2 in the Magical Cats mystery series. It is called Sleight of Paw, and this series is written by Sophie Kelly. Without giving away too many spoilers, in this specific series, we follow Kathleen Paulson. I am not good with character names, I'm sorry. I remember books, but because the stories of books, but because I read so many books, I tend to forget character names, so I apologize, but her name is Kathleen. Kathleen Paulson, in book 1, opened up a library, and we also come to find out that she owns 2 cats, Hercules and Owen. Those cats have magical abilities. I don't feel that that's a spoiler to say, because the series is literally called the Magical Cats Mystery Series. So, you know, you kind of work out that spoiler, if you deem it a spoiler, when you read the title of the series. But yeah, I won't say what their abilities are, just that they do have magical abilities. The first book was extremely cozy, so much fun, really loved reading it, and cannot wait to get into book number 2. The next book I plan to read I'm also incredibly excited for, and the reason for this is because book number 1 for me was very slow paced. I'm not normally a fan of that, but the reason it worked for me was because it was book 1. It really allowed me to feel grounded and centered in this world. Now that I am, boom, let's go into book 2 and start this thing, and I am really excited. Let's keep going. It is book number 2 in the Inn at Holiday Bay Cozy Mystery series. Book number 2 is called Letters in the Library. Ooh, letters. Ooh, I wonder what she's going to find. This is by Kathy Daly. And as I say, book number 1 was slow paced for me. It's called Boxes in the Basement, or if you're aware of my in joke, boxes and boxes. And yeah, so I really enjoyed that Kathy Daly took her time in making the first book slow paced, because now I feel like I know everyone, I know the area, I know the culture, I feel very grounded and centered in this world, which is absolutely wonderful. And now I need book 2. I need to progress the story. So I can't wait to get into this one. And in case I didn't mention it, that one is also up for a buddy read, the Inn at Holiday Bay Cozy Mystery series. The next book that I plan to read is book 1 in a brand new series, so we don't have a book 2 yet, but I really don't mind, because I'm just so excited to read this theme in a cozy mystery series. Let me tell you the book first in this case. The book itself is called Murder in the Dressing Room, and it is book number 1 in the Misty Divine Cozy Mystery series. This book and series is written by Holly Stars. Holly Stars is a drag queen. As you can probably tell from the book cover, this book stars our protagonist as a drag queen. So what I love, first of all, is that we have a drag queen cozy mystery series. I am a huge RuPaul's Drag Race fan. Huge. The drag scene in Australia is very different to the culture in America, and so therefore I definitely get my drag fix, if you will, by watching RuPaul's Drag Race. And so I love the queens on there. I love the show. I love the culture of drag in general in the US, which I know it can be more diverse than what is shown on Drag Race, let's put it that way. But I love the fact that there is a cozy mystery drag series that has come out, like theme of drag queens, written in own voices by a drag queen. Yes. If you want to join me for this buddy read, my dear friend Pat and I are buddy reading this together on the Discord. Come along and join us. We would love to have your company. So excited! Yes, Queen! I am so excited! The next book I'm reading in March is one that I did have some FOMO with, because I thought, I don't see this book anywhere on audiobook. What's a guy to do? No, but it is on audiobook, so nuts to that, I'm reading it. And we are also buddy reading this series as well on my Discord. The series is called the Northwood Mysteries series. Book number 1 is called Resort to Murder. I am really chuffed, really excited to get into this one, because we are dealing with a resort. It's going to be so good. And look at that cover. It is so gorgeous. Yee. So very excited. Come join us on the Discord if you'd like to buddy read this one too. You know, I shouldn't play favorites with my books and with my series. But if I'm gonna say I'm really excited for all the books I've said so far, then it's kind of not fair to this one, because I'm extremely excited for this one. This series is yet to steer me wrong. There is still time for it to happen, but it's yet to steer me wrong. The cozy side, the mystery side. On the cozy side, we're dealing with culinary, so the culinary theme is just absolutely fantastic. The mysteries always keep me incredibly intrigued. I love this series, and I'm convinced that this author writes for me. What series am I referring to, you ask? I'm glad you did. The Grilled Cheese Cozy Mystery Series by Linda Riley. And the book I'm reading in March is book number 4, Be Careful What You Wish For. I cannot wait to get back to this world. I'm sorry, I love this. I can't believe that I found a cozy mystery series that I've read 3 books of so far, and all of them have been overwhelming 5 stars. I just, even with a critical mind, can't fault them. I just can't. And I much rather be honest with you all, knowing that as readers we're not monoliths, and so I'll tell you my opinion, and that frank and honest opinion is going to help you decide whether or not you want to pick up a certain cozy mystery. With this one, I just can't fault it. Maybe if you've read it, maybe you can, but I just can't. That cozy side at the Grilled Cheese Eatery, the coziness overall of the series, the mystery and how intriguing it is, and it is such a page turner. I need to know more about all the mysteries. Seriously, I feel like Linda Riley writes for me, and I always get very, very, very excited, like a little child on Christmas morning. That's how excited I get when I am due to pick up my next grilled cheese cozy mystery book. Oh my gosh, it's been an absolute blast. I cannot wait to pick up Be Careful What You Wish For. Next up is a new to me series that has been indirectly recommended to me by my dear friend Sherry. So we were doing some sprints over on my Discord. We do reading sprints, we do voice sprints. I love sprinting. If you love sprinting, believe me when I say, come on over to the Discord server, because we sprint every day, and we don't sprint for like an hour or 2. We sprint every day for many, 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 many hours per day. So if you like your sprinting, come on over and join us. During one of those voice sprints, we do voice sprints on the weekend. During one of those voice sprints, my dear friend Sherry was talking about a particular series. And the more she spoke about it, the more I thought, I need to add this series to my TBR. It just sounds incredible. So I will be starting this series with book number 1 in March. That first book is called Survival of the Fritters. It is book number 1 in the Deputy Donut mystery series, and this series is written by Ginger Bolton. The reason that Sherry has told me, spoiler free, that it is called the Deputy Donut Mystery Series is twofold. 1, the actual donut shop that is run by our protagonist is called the Deputy Donut Shop, but also I feel that that shop must be named after, as Sherry has alluded to, the name of other as well, named after, my assumption, the cat of the protagonist, whose name is also Deputy Donut. I love that so much. Can you imagine naming a cat Deputy Donut? I love my cats. I love cats in general. When I'm really affectionate, I call cats Putty Meow Meows. Because a Putty from, Tweety Bird saying, I thought I saw a Putty tat, and so there's Putty there, and Meow Meow because a cat goes meow or meow. So my Putty Meow Meows, I love them so much. And the fact that we have a Putty Meow Meow in this series, whose name is Deputy Donut, has me really excited. So I hear that we do spend a lot of time in the actual donut store, which has me very excited. If I'm going to pick up a culinary cozy series, I want to spend a lot of time in the store. I want to know more about the food. And so I am very excited to pick up this first book. If you want to join me on a buddy read with this first book, please do, because Sherry, thank you for talking about this series. I'm very, very, very excited. Next up is the book in the series that I just need to point that out because sometimes my humor doesn't come across, so please know this is a joke. That I jokingly say, if I don't like this series, I blame y'all, because You all have been saying, Mr. Francy, you all who read this series have been saying, Mr. Francy, I read this series, I love this series, you will love this series, it is right up your alley, you're gonna love it. So, if I don't love this series, I blame y'all. But I am very much looking forward to it. It is called the Undercover Dish Cozy Mystery Series, and book number 1 is called The Big Chili. It is written by Julia Buckley. I don't want to know anything going in. The fact that so many of you have come back to me and said, Mr. Francy, this is right up your alley, you are gonna love this, has me going, yep, let me go in blind. I don't want to know, I just want to read it and enjoy it. I am looking at the cover because it's hard to escape that, and I'm seeing some lovely slow cookers and crock pots. I'm seeing the dog on the cover. I am very, very, very excited. I can't wait to start this one as well. Next up is a book that has me incredibly excited for the sake of the theme. So, yeah, my dear friend Ro has been posting a lot over on my Discord server to do with cozy mysteries, which has really helped me because as someone who's now exclusively reading cozies, I want to know as much information as I can. On one of the lists that Ro had created came this series, and it was a theme that I had never heard of before for a cozy mystery series, and I thought, yes, let me give this a go. So I'm really excited to try out this theme. So, the book is called 50% Off Murder, and it is by Josie Bell. The reason why it's called 50% Off Murder is because the series is called the Goodbye Girls Mystery Series, and it seems to be heavily implied, if we look at the cover and the title and all that, that it's to do with like discount shopping or thrift store shopping, things like that. And I just think that sounds amazing. It's definitely a different type of theme and has me incredibly excited. I've worked at a number of thrift shops and I really loved my time working there. And yeah, absolutely. I purchased items while I was there as well. You can find really good bargains at your thrift shops, as you'll know, your thrift stores, especially with if you're lucky enough in America, potentially in Canada too, you'll have these lovely thrift stores that have cozy mysteries for like, you know, $1 or something. I mean, it's insane because you wouldn't find that here in Australia. I wish I would go into a thrift store with suitcases, like massive, you know, you know, the like massive holiday bag things, and just be like, open up the big, you know, holiday bag, open it up, be like, let me just dump in all the cozies. You, store manager, come watch me. You look at how many I'm grabbing. Just note down how much it costs. Let's dump them all in the bag. Anyway, I can't wait to try out this theme and see how I go. I have not read the theme before. I have not read clearly the series. I've also not read from the author Josie Bell before, so that's going to be a new experience for me as well, but I cannot wait. I'm really excited. Now, with this final book that is currently on my March TBR, I do not promise to get to it. If I have time, obviously I will, but if not, I will just move it on to my April TBR. So we will see how we go. It will be the last book I pick up in March, or I'll put it onto my April TBR. And that is the first book in the Cupcake Bakery mystery series. Book number 1 is called Sprinkle with Murder, and it is by Jen McKinley. I am really excited to try this because, I mean, I love my cupcakes, I love bakeries, but the fact that it's specifically a cupcake bakery has me really, really, really intrigued. So, there you go. Those are all the books that I plan to get to in the month of March 2025, and I could not be more excited, as I'm sure you can tell. I love cozies. I love diving into different types of themes and series and whatever it is, different authors, and as you can see, this is just a plethora of different types of themes, new to me series, new to me authors, many different buddy reads. I could not be any more excited to get to the month of March and really just dive into all these amazing books. What do you plan to read in the month of March? Let me know in the comment section below. But in the meantime, that is where I am going to leave it. I'm going to let you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind, love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone!